Bird, 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 bird. Yeah! Ron Babe was right. Ron Babe was right.
I'm feeling spry. Hey everybody, it's Ron Bain with the Hunting Dog Podcast. This is just a simple thank you to all my sponsors, all their gear. I literally had everything with me on my trip to Virginia to go dove hunting. So there, and you know what those things are. Well, in my heart, I carried all my Patreon patrons who, hopefully a bunch of them are going to come to the Zoom room tonight and get in there and hear some stories, ask some questions, get some training tips, swap some spots on Onyx, all that fun shit we do on Zoom. But I carried those people in my heart. I carried this stuff in my truck, and most of it in my deck box. Pike Gear, my title sponsor, Onyx, Boss Shot Shells, Waltons, Gunner Kennels and Food Crate, Garmin, W Hunting Supply, Deck Drawer Systems, Weatherby Shotguns, Purina Pro Plan, Canine Athlete, and Wilderness Athlete. And of course, everything I gained in knowledge, everything I absorbed from producing, directing, videographing, and taking care of everything with the Upland Institute, which, if you don't know what that's at, just look it up, uplandinstitute.com. We don't need to go on. Here is 2 weeks ago, trivia contest. We had a great batch of guests, and it was a lot of fun, and I hope you're enjoying it, because I enjoy doing them. I got a feeling this is going to be a forever thing. Yeah, I think it is. And don't forget, if you've got some questions, if you think you've got a good trivia question pertaining to alcohol, cigars, cigarettes, upland dogs, upland birds, maybe some retrievers, maybe some waterfowl questions. You know what I mean. You know, the foundations of what we all love. If you come up with a good question, maybe if you come up with enough good questions, I'll have you come on and be a guest like I did with Evan Boyle. He gave me a whole bunch of questions for the one we're going to do next month between Gunner Kennels and Garmin. Yeah, it's going to be Team Garmin against Team Gunner. Ooh, wait till you hear that one. Anyway, love you guys, love you girls. Talk to you soon. Bye. On this computer. All right. Hey, everybody, it's Ron Bain with the Hunting Dog Podcast Trivia. Tonight, our guests are Rusty the Roof Cockeyes, a famous Texas Hold'em player from Downers Grove, Illinois, and my best friend since I was 5 years old. We have Ben the Drop Brennington from Onyx. He's the reigning champion, back to defend his title. We have Evan Wild Boar Boyle, my number one patron of the podcast. We have Nick the Greek Adair. Sorry, Nick, I only know one Nick the Greek, and it's not you. From the Gun Dog It Yourself podcast. And Courtney B. Bastion from the Bird Dog Babe podcast. Courtney, you know what the B is for, right? Do you know what? Oh, come on. We got no connection here? Oh, this is going to make for good audio.
Ron, we can hear her. You just can't hear her. We can hear her fine. It's
Ron,
just you.
It's your 128K connectivity, Ron. That's holding you up.
Okay. Sorry, I live in the middle of nowhere.
Courtney, did you hear your introduction?
I did. I'm sorry.
And you know what the Courtney B. Bastion is for?
The Courtney B.
Yeah.
No.
Rocco, come on. Go with me on this.
That's not my middle name.
You're the oh.
It's Jean. It's very Midwest. It's Courtney Jean.
Courtney Jean. Well, I was trying to be funny. All right, we'll just scrap that idea. Take the wind out of my sails, Courtney. All right. We are going to play the second episode ever of the Hunting Dog Podcast Trivia Game. The first question is, what breed of dog was owned or represented by the following institutions? Alexander II, Tsar of Russia, the Finnish Air Force Squadron in World War II, President Truman had one named Mike, Beach Boy Carl Wilson had one named Shannon, Mitt Romney had one named Seamus. The mascot for Pace University is named T-Bone, and a fictional dog in Stephen King's novel The Stand. What breed of bird dog? And we'll do a little sound effect. Do 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 do. Don't look up Stephen King novels on your computer. All right. Everybody feel pretty good about this, or feel terrible about this?
I feel
terrible.
great about this.
Terrible.
Terrible. Terrible.
No
I
idea.
guaranteed I'm tying for first.
All right. Starting from the bottom right, Courtney, what's your answer? What breed of bird dog?
I'm going with Brittany.
Brittany and Ben coming across. What's your breed?
The only real bird dog.
Pointer. What did you do? Put your Drahthaars down?
Yep, you're fucking right, dude. Anyways.
Evan, what did you come up with for the breed of dog?
A Springer.
All right, Springer, Pointer, Brittany. Nick, what did you come up with?
Springer.
Springer, 2 Springers. Roof, what did you come up with?
I didn't get it till you said Carl Wilson, and Henry Gross did a song. Shannon, she's gone out to sea. That's about Carl Wilson's dog, the Irish setter. Remember the song from the early 70s?
Well, yeah, you and I would. These guys wouldn't.
Yeah, right.
I started writing that and crossed it out.
Did you
Damn it.
really?
Yeah.
Hey, I want to hear
it
more.
was Irish. Yeah.
I want to hear
Wow.
more about 1970 when the wagon trains and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get there. We got there. I've got some 1800s questions.
Life wasn't easy.
Great.
Life wasn't easy on the Oregon Trail, trust me.
All right.
All right.
second-
Wait a minute, Ron.
Yeah.
I
Game
got
over.
that point. I got that point. Right. Yep.
Game over. Evan, I'll give you a buzz a little later.
I already won.
All right. Our second question comes to us from, well, they all come from me. I was trying to be like Meat Eater when they tell you where their questions came from. Mourning doves are the most harvested game bird in North America. On the average, they live 16 to 18 months. One dove was banded and reached the age of what when it was harvested? Closest answer gets the win.
Need it in months or years or what?
Well, I'll give you a hint. It's not in months. It's not 19 months. Okay. It was a banded dove that was harvested. How old was that dove? Yeah, I can't believe you guys don't know more of this stuff. I mean, you call yourself upland bird hunters.
Like, Ron, where are you getting these questions? Just from your memory
He's-
bank?
No, he's getting them from the jacked up question book.
No, I'm not. All right, hold on a minute. We need a sound effect.
I
Time's
got
up.
logic applied to my answer.
All right. We'll keep the order the same. Courtney, coming across the bottom. What do you have for the oldest banded dove harvested?
I'm going with 12.
12. Ben, what do you got?
6.
Evan, what do you got?
11.
11. Nick, what do you got?
9.
9. Rusty, Roof.
Well, since mourning is not like the mourning, it's like mourning of the death, and normal mourning's about 3 days. So I took 3 days times the 18 months. I came up with 54 months, which would be 4 years, 6 months.
Well,
He has really good logic. Even if it's
Yeah, I'll
wrong,
take
I
it.
like it.
I'm thinking like a computer.
Yeah.
the answer is 29.
Well, that
29.
makes Courtney being the closest.
Yeah.
I won that one.
Awesome.
That's
I
2 for
have
them.
to tell you, I'm a little off then.
All right. I got it.
29 years?
Yeah. I mean, but you think about it.
Impressive.
When you read those DU magazines, those ducks, you'll see them 34 years and Apparently birds can be pretty long, a lot. That crane we shot, we thought that was
12.
old 12. Yeah.
12, yeah.
Well, I had 29 written down. I must have broken up when I said 9.
Oh, all right. We'll give you a third of a point for that one, Nick.
Mm.
All right. Our third question. I always like to bring in a little alcohol related subject with this. Wild Turkey is one of many brands of alcohol that target hunters. Approximately how many whiskey, bourbon, or any type of hard alcohol brands are there that have hunting influenced labels? Closest answer wins. How many brands of whiskey or hard alcohol use target hunters with their branding, such as Wild Turkey? And this is not limited to North America, but I would say it's limited to English speaking countries because I wouldn't know if there's a Russian
Come
wild.
on, Jägermeister. Come on now.
Yeah.
English
There's
speaking or
one. There's one. So there's at least two, isn't there, Simon?
What in what world is Jägermeister English?
Well, it's not that you're taking it out of context a little bit.
No,
I think most Jägermeisters
I'll-
probably sold in the US.
I'll let Rusty be the tiebreaker because he seems to be the voice of reason around here.
All right. Let's start again here. Courtney, what do you got? How many brands of whiskey? 23.
23.
All right. Bren, what do you come up with? You got to show us the number, Ben. You can't wait for the last one.
126.
126. Ben is a very heavy drinker. Evan, give us your
35.
35. And Nick, how many brands?
137.
Are you guys out of your mind? Roof, how many
well,
brands?
I went back to the morning doves and I went with 54 again.
There's no logic with that now.
No.
Where else am I just gonna? What am I gonna
I don't know.
run into the liquor store and count bottles?
We were just expecting more.
The answer is brands of alcohol that target hunters with their name or label are 28.
Oh,
28.
That's what I said. 26.
Nah.
What was your answer?
26 plus 100.
yeah. All
So,
right.
Ron, you know my day job. I'm telling you right there now, that's wrong. I've set up and ordered more than 26 hunting related labels of alcohol.
Well,
There's definitely more
Yeah.
than that.
okay.
Yeah, because does famous grouse and all of those count?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
There's
Nick,
a lot more than that.
when
Yeah.
Red
Ben-
breasts.
I think there's 126 of them. Though.
Ron,
Do we get bonus points for how many we get to name?
No, I did not do that research. No, but we can,
Okay.
we can have a follow up on that one, of course.
Ron, your questions have been called into practice or into question multiple times now.
I want you to know that this is not the Meat Eater podcast. We don't have anybody arguing about the question or the answer because most of my answers are not going to be substantiated by any research.
This is not a democracy.
This is not democracy. And Nick, if you want to throw your alcohol background in, you can do a gun dog it yourself trivia night, and I'll come
There
on.
we go.
And you can do it.
well,
Got it.
just so you know, Ben, Ron is normally just directionally correct. So
Thank you, Rusty. Thank you. All right, our fourth question. George Armstrong Custer, from a letter written on June 12th, 1876, less than 2 weeks before he perished on the battlefield, wrote to his wife, "Tuck, Swift, Lady, and Kaiser are all sleeping at my feet in the tent." George Armstrong Custer, whatever, was famous for taking his dogs on almost all of his military campaigns. What breed of dogs did he have with him? And possibly, as records go, one or two might have followed him to the Little Bighorn. What breed of dog did George Armstrong Custer have with him just less than 2 weeks before he perished in Little Bighorn? Now, if
Can you give a hint if it's a bird dog breed or not?
No, it's a hunting dog. I keep everything some type of a
Okay.
hunting
See,
dog.
I don't have time to change my answer.
All right. These every question I have has something to do with a hunting dog. So it doesn't mean it was a Brittany. You know, I don't even think they were.
But
around.
is it bird hunting or
No,
can
no,
it
it's
be
just hunting dog? Hunting
Okay.
dog.
Well, mine's technically right though.
Well, you don't even know. I didn't give you the
Well,
answer.
no. Most people won't think this is a hunting dog, but from a police perspective, I think it is.
All right. All right. All right, Courtney, what's your answer?
coming up with it? I'm I'm gonna go with a beagle.
A beagle. All right. Ben, what do you think? Greyhound. All right. Evan, what do you think?
German short hair.
German short hair. No, the breed was not developed till the
See,
Yeah. No, I threw it away.
All right, Nick. Gun Buddy. Answer it yourself, Nick Adair.
Foxhound.
Foxhound. And Roof.
Well,
Cockeyes Wolf. What's the
I got to get out my cockeyes. So Custer's of a German descent because I was at Little Bighorn just a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the dogs' name was Kaiser. So I think the better answer would have been the German Shorthair, but I went with the German Shepherd.
Again, not developed at that point.
Well,
The entire panel was stumped tonight. It was Scottish Deerhounds. Scottish Deerhound.
so that means his wife. He got his wife out of the hills because he's of German descent. There's no Scottish.
So I don't know if I believe that because there's a book called Empire of the Rising or Empire of the Summer Moon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was he had at one point greyhounds.
No, in your defense, Ben, he had several breeds of dogs. He had as many as 19 breeds of dogs, and he actually had Private John Burke was assigned to Armstrong to watch his dogs during his whole commission. Private John Burke was the dog tender, and he did have several breeds of dogs.
Didn't Cornwallis have greyhounds in the Revolutionary War?
Great Danes.
I think.
Yeah, Great Danes. Yep.
Right. All right. So I'm going to say nobody actually got that one, but Ben was close. At least he thought of hound.
So I give him that point, huh? Good.
Hey, I said Foxhound.
I wouldn't give him the point. Yeah, foxhound's a hound too. So no point. All right. Our fifth question. Of all the upland game birds, upland game birds, what bird flies the fastest? And I'm talking sharptail, rough grouse, quail, sage grouse, prairie chickens, woodcock, chuckers, pheasants. What bird flies the fastest?
I might have a
I
challenge.
don't mean
on
which
game.
bird you missed the most. I mean which bird flies the fastest that's been clocked.
I might have a challenge on this round.
I'm sure you will, Rusty. I'm sure you will.
I don't know the exact name though. I'll use category instead.
Okay. All right. All right. Answers, everybody. Courtney, what bird flies the fastest? Chucker?
The chukar.
Chucker partridge. All right. Ben. Chukar, another chucker partridge. Evan, what do you got?
I figured ptarmigan because they have to bust out of the snow and they have to be strong to fly.
Nick, what do you have?
Chucker here too.
Chucker. Yeah, sorry about that. And Roof, what
I'm kind of going way back during the dinosaur age, because I don't know about all you swamp Yankees, but my family's been here a long time, and we used to hunt some of them flying dinosaurs. And I don't know the exact name of them, but some of them would fly 80 miles an hour. I remember seeing that at the museum.
What? I can't read it.
I don't know the name of the flying one,
Just
though.
dinosaurs.
So just dinosaur. Okay, great.
Well,
Give it
flying
to him.
dinosaur.
He wins. Like
Yeah.
he wins. Give it to him.
And I'm telling you, back then there was no bismuth. Everything was lead.
Okay. All right. Well, here's
So
the
I
answer.
don't know the name of it.
The answer to that question is the ringneck pheasant at 55 miles, or I'm sorry, at 48 miles per hour. And when the pheasant is being pursued, it can reach a speed of 60 miles an hour. How's that?
Well,
You guys ought to know after 1 week, there's always going to be the answer pheasant. Okay.
I've been hunting with you for almost 40 years, and I've seen your dogs chase the pheasant for miles, so I believe it.
All right. So nobody. Oh, and just I had dove in here, and about an hour ago, I realized that doves were migratory, and I would not consider them upland game birds. A dove on a normal flight can fly 55 miles an hour.
So, Ron, you don't consider woodcock an upland bird?
I do, but it's one that we kind of shoot over the dogs more, So woodcock, they're slow. They're, if they don't have a tailwind, they're going to lay down and eat worms. All right. Number 6 question. The top 8 pheasant hunting states in America, I love pheasants, are Iowa, Minnesota, North Dakota, Kansas, South Dakota, Montana, Nebraska, and Colorado. Which of those states has the highest possession limit? Not daily bag limit. The highest possession limit. I'll give you the states again. Iowa, Minnesota, North Dakota, Kansas, South Dakota, Montana, Nebraska, and Colorado. Which state has the highest possession limit when you get pulled over by the DNR?
Not counting anything in a crock pot.
Yes, Rusty. We're not in the kitchen. We're being pulled over on the side of the road.
Well,
just so you hear it again. Iowa, Minnesota, North Dakota, Kansas, South Dakota, Montana, Nebraska, and Colorado. Which state has the most or the highest possession limit? I really got to get a sound effects machine. Courtney, your answer.
South Dakota.
South Dakota. All right. Ben, your answer. Kansas. Oh, he even gave a number. Evan.
South Dakota.
South Dakota. And Nick.
I just picked the first one you said, Iowa. I have no idea.
Nick, you got to get out of Tennessee a little bit, okay?
I'm down here all by myself in the Southeast. What can I say?
All you got is a possible quail somewhere down there.
Somewhere.
And Roof. Roof's wearing his cockeyes. South Dakota. My answer here on my sheet is Kansas at 16. And South Dakota is at 15.
15.
Yeah.
5 times 3, Kansas is
4 by 4
times 4, probably.
Yeah.
Montana's 9, North Dakota's 12, Minnesota 6, Iowa 12. All right. On the subject, number 7, on the subject of pheasant hunting states. Other than the ones I mentioned, what other states east of the Mississippi have a wild pheasant season? Many as you can. What other states east
Can
of
you
the
repeat?
Mississippi?
Whatever.
Do the state release programs count?
Nope. Nope. Name as many states as you can that have a wild pheasant population or wild pheasant
They
season.
don't-
And that
One of
was
my
east of the
answers-
Mississippi in general, or
East of the
east of
Mississippi.
Mississippi and what you already didn't mention in the previous question.
Right, yeah, nothing to do with the other ones. Those are all west of the Mississippi. This is
I don't remember what those were, so I might be repetitive.
no, none of those I mentioned are repetitive. There
Okay.
are several states east of the Mississippi that still maintain a wild pheasant population and a regulated hunting season.
One of my answers has a season, but they don't have pheasants.
Okay, all right.
Not like they used to, anyways.
All right. Here we go. All right. Courtney, what do you got?
I'm not done yet. Hold on.
Okay. All right. We'll do.
Okay.
What do you got?
All right. I'm going to go with Wisconsin, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, and Illinois.
Okay. Ben, what do you got?
I have got Wisconsin, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania, New York.
And Evan, what do you got?
Hold on. I thought you said east of the Mississippi.
Yeah, he did.
Those were all
He
east
did.
of the Mississippi. Well,
No,
not
Missouri's
Missouri.
west.
Yes, sorry.
Okay. That threw me off. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you. So New York, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Delaware, and Maryland.
Come again? Sorry, I need to write those down.
Okay.
New York?
I guess I screwed this one up. I should have said the top 5, but all right.
Oh, okay.
But that's okay. That's okay. And
New
Nick-
York?
So,
So
I
so
have-
that means none of those.
No, well, I'll give you the answers here, and then
All right.
and Simon will score this card.
I've got Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan, and North Carolina.
North Carolina. Well,
There's a wild population down there. I'm telling you.
is there a season? A regulated season?
Yep.
Well, this may be one of these answers that everybody gets right or everybody gets wrong. All right, and Roof, the most states you can come up with.
All right, I had Pennsylvania and I crossed it off when the comment came up about the release program. So I got Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Wisconsin, and Michigan. From Illinois, that was pretty easy for me on this one.
All
I
right.
don't know if it's the top 5 though.
The top, actually, it's the top 6 that I have here. So Simon, you're gonna have to pay attention. And
Hang on, I need Evans again before we go. I have everybody else's. Evan, just
Sorry. Yeah. New York, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Delaware, and Maryland.
All right. The answers, the top 6, and that's my fault. But you know what? This is an unprofessional podcast and an unprofessional trivia game. And eventually, someone's going to help me manage this thing. The top 6 states east of the Mississippi are Illinois, Michigan, Wisconsin, Indiana, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. But New York is an answer, but it's not the top 6. So that's my fault. So if you had New York, I'm okay with that.
So who wins?
Same again. Which one's on?
Illinois, Michigan, Wisconsin, Indiana, Ohio, and Pennsylvania.
Yep.
All right,
So-
who got that one?
So I got 2.
Got all.
I got 5. I think Ben got them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben's got him.
Ben's got them all. God damn
I
it.
missed Pennsylvania.
You did, yeah. So a little bit of a score update here in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
Ben's got 7 out of 6 questions right so far.
Ooh, Ben, boy, that is gonna be. How many does Roof have right?
Well, I got two protests active, so I might withdraw the protests if I not mathematically.
Again,
close,
it's
so.
not a democracy, Roof. But no. So far we have 2 for Courtney and 2 for Ben. Roof has 1. That would be it.
All right. So our 8th question: what game bird in North America still hunted today? And that means upland game bird, show up in fossil remains from 2.5 million years ago. What game bird in North America showed up in fossil remains from 2.5 million years ago? I'm going to give you a hint. It's not the pheasant. Okay. I just want to let you know that right off the bat.
Any type of game bird or upland specific?
I would say it's an upland game bird. Yeah, it was something we would hunt with our dogs. With any luck, they'd point them, but they would. It's the oldest fossil of a modern day game bird from North America, 2.5 million years ago, was running around this continent. All right. There's only one answer, so I'm not gonna give you a lot of time for this. One game bird. There's the bell. And Courtney.
I'm going to go with the ruffed grouse.
The ruffed grouse. All right, Ben. Dinosaur.
Yeah.
Woodcock.
Woodcock.
The woodcock is my answer.
Ben's going woodcock, also known as dinosaur. Okay. All right. Ben, everybody knows that the woodcock was put together by the Indians, and it was a conglomeration of 5 different birds. Anyway. All right, Evan, what do you got?
I put the quail.
Quail. And Nick, what do you have?
Prairie chicken.
Prairie chicken. That's probably the one I would have guessed. And Roof, what game bird?
I went with the robin.
That's a modern game bird.
It is when you're hunting with my father-in-law. Former father-in-law.
And it is when you're hunting doves in Virginia, and somebody gives Roof a breast of popper, and it was a robin. Yeah. The correct answer is quail. Evan's on the board.
Those were yellow.
I was thinking the scaled
orange
quail and all the
they
ones
were-
down here.
The quail. The quail.
I thought
was
they
from-
were.
My reasoning is the woodcock looks so goofy. It's got to be.
So the orange-bellied dove wasn't it?
No. No, it wasn't. All right. Our 9th question. And I don't think that anybody can even beat Ben at this point, but we will have statistics as the show goes on.
Courtney can win. We're tied.
Oh, you're tied?
Yeah, Courtney has 2, Ben has 2.
I mean, I've won 9 out of 10, but Courtney can still
10 out of
technically
9.
win
10
10 out of 9. Yeah,
Oh,
10 out of 9.
I hope you like the television shows from my day. Our 9th
Oh
question.
boy, I'm doomed.
Uh-oh. Shit. Sorry,
Did
Courtney.
they have TV in the 1800s?
Yes, they did, Ben. Thank you very much. All right. On the television show Columbo, starring Peter Falk, one of my favorite shows I watched with my mother every week it was on. What breed of dog was owned by Detective Columbo? And it's a hunting breed, that you would all recognize. Think of Columbo, the raincoat. I'm giving you hints on this one. What breed of dog was owned by Detective Columbo on the television?
The dog didn't have a name on the show, though.
I didn't say he did, but you're right, Rusty. You're right. In fact, Detective Columbo.
No, I know he didn't.
Detective Columbo didn't have a
used to
name.
love that
Then
show.
Lieutenant Columbo was the only name you ever saw. and his wife was Mrs. Columbo, and all those characters were fictional characters. His nephews, his daughters, his sons. He made them all up. But all right, let me get my. All right,
Right.
Courtney, what breed of dog?
I'm going with the Labrador.
Labrador. All right. Who's up? Ben.
It was simply called Dog.
Yes.
Dog was a basset hound.
And Evan.
I went Labrador as well.
Labrador as well. Nick.
I did Cocker. I don't even know what Columbo is.
Oh, you guys could YouTube a little shit once in a while and you might learn something. Hey, Nick, everything you need to know in the dog world is not from Standing Stone Kennels, okay?
Gotcha.
Right.
Noted.
I want you to start doing some deeper YouTube searches on dogs, okay? And
So
Roof,
Google Columbo. Got it.
Roof, what is your answer?
Okay. So Ronnie knows Big Jake is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
I named my son after Jacob McCandle, Jake, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in that movie, remember there was a dog, he just referred to him as Dog, remember?
Right.
And he was a rough collie. So that's what I'm going with, a rough collie, because his name was Dog also. It's got to be worth a half a point.
Well, once again,
That's
Roof,
what I
you're wrong. The answer is, first of all, Roof, it's a hunting dog. Okay, so try to focus on that a little bit. It was a basset hound.
You guys are splitting hairs on hunting dogs and stuff.
Yes, we are.
You call your Baracos hunting dogs, so you guys are splitting hairs.
Hey now.
Yeah, hey now. All right, so Ben, basset hound. I'm telling you. All right, now this one, I like to wrap up my last question. That is, how do I say? Well, you'll see a theme as these trivia games go on. The last question has something to do with either reproduction or gender, or the last one was, what bird practices harem defense polygamy? Our 10th question, last question is, scientists have recorded a single male sage grouse copulating 37 times with 37 different females on a lek. A lek, for those of you who don't know, is the breeding grounds where the females pick the best looking male to say, give it to me. A sage grouse copulated 37 times with 37 different females. How long did this process take?
Like, is that in a single year over multiple years?
No, it was at with a scientific sighting at a lek. I don't know if it was over a week. I don't know, but I can tell you that they had one male that bred 37 different females. How long did it take him to breed 37 females?
Qualifying,
And I will accept the closest
clarification, please.
Yeah, go ahead, Rusty.
Clarification, please.
Yes, please do.
Adolescent male, mature male, or a senior male?
I'm not sure how that ties in, but I think I know where you're going with it. From the old bull, the young bull up on top of the hill, and
literally
the old bull says, "Let's walk down and breed them all." Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Courtney, how long did this amazing scientific observation of a sage grouse copulating 37 different females? How long did that take?
I'm going with 3 weeks.
Okay. Ben.
My answer is basset hound. 6 days.
6 days. Okay. Evan,
48 hours, 2 days.
48 hours, 2 days. And Nick,
2 weeks, 14
2
days.
weeks. And Roof, if you could share with us your
Well,
wisdom.
I went back to the math.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I went back to the math.
All right, let's
So,
hear it.
as an adolescent, 5 times a day times 7 days gets you to 35 days. So you still need a hook. So I went with 8 days.
8 days. The answer, and I got this off the website from the Cornell University, which is the largest compilation of, not compilation, the largest, whatever it is, database of bird biology. It took 37 minutes. So who had the lowest answer? I think it was Courtney.
All right.
37 minutes?
37 minutes.
So that's like
Are
1 a
you-
minute?
That's funny. I originally
Are
put
you
four,
sure that
4
wasn't
hours
Woody
and
Woodpecker
changed it to
run?
48.
How did that
So
not
what's
win
the
the
lowest?
fastest bird? That has to be the fastest bird.
48 hours.
Now
I agree
Courtney,
with Courtney.
Courtney, think about this. If anybody had sex 37 times in 37 minutes, you couldn't fly fast. You just couldn't. All right. So
We
who
run
had the
into a
lowest
problem
answer?
here, Mr. Ron. There's a tie. No, there's no tiebreaker actually. No, you're good.
What do we have, Simon?
We have second and third place shared by Evan and Courtney with 2 points. And first place was Ben with 3 points.
3? That's it? 3?
3, that's it. You only need 1 more to win.
That's it? All right. Well,
Yeah.
so that is it. Ben Brennington, again, the reigning champion of Hunting Dog Podcast Trivia.
I can do it in the hospital. I can do it in somebody else's home. Maybe next week I'll be in my own home. Who knows?
Now, I will tell you.
But can you do it in 37 minutes?
37
Courtney wins.
Yeah,
I think Courtney
37 minutes. Right.
That was good.
All right. I want to thank everybody for coming on. It was a lot of fun. And Ben, you're going to have to defend your title. I'll give you guys and my patrons that are listening in on Zoom Room and politely muted themselves, except somebody is making noise. I think it's Jonathan down here. Let me mute him. There we go. Anyway, next month in September, I'm told by Ryan Callahan that he wants to try his hand at Hunting Dog Podcast Trivia. Now, you know the man's only owned 3 labs in his life. I don't expect him to do well. And in October, we're going to have Team Garmin against Team Gunner Kennels. And Ben, I mean, if you're still in the running, you're and there will be a few other patrons invited and a few other people. But thanks for coming on and thanks for joining in on the second episode of Hunting Dog Podcast Trivia. And Roof, thanks for all your, what would you call it?
Well,
Bad information.
I'm officially withdrawing my 3 protests, so I'm going to concede.
All right. Let me pause the, anybody is on here is welcome to stay on here. I'm going to resume with my normal Zoom room here. I'm going to stop the recording. Boom.